close.
Hey, you're supposed to be in quarantine.
What are you doing?
Making a mess.
Again?
Yeah, again. Yeah. When we did the tow rail a few years ago, we didn't really make a great job of plugging the holes. And some of them are starting to lift. They're starting to lift and split, so I'm replacing them. Which also means revarnishing the tow rail.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't ever leave me alone.
Why do they put handles on hammers?
Why? So you can really swing them and hit metal.
That's the worst bit for you to video. Because it's really awkward to get around the belly.
What is it?
Feel how shiny it is.
Looks like a hubcap.
It is a hubcap.
You've stolen the hubcap of someone's car.
Nope.
A wooden hubcap. Okay, go for it. What's it going to fit into?
I think it matches this shininess quite well.
Except that's the worst spoke. Maybe pick a better one. Right, take two.
I think it matches this shininess quite well.
I can't take three.
I think it matches this shininess.
Oh my word. Look at the shine.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Oh, gotta get in frame. And,
It's in already.
and take two.
Toasty time.
Toasties. It's a production line.
You've got a tiny little yolk, and look at the size of that one.
Swap that out. For a little while we've had some black stains around the frame and the teak of the sliding hatch and the hatch garage, the bit that it slides into. So we decided that we were going to cut out the old caulking and clean up the wood and then revarnish it. But we don't have a tool for removing the caulking, and it's a lot easier if you have a proper tool. So I made one. This is an old screwdriver that I bent into the shape and then ground it into a cutting device. As with any of the jobs that we take on board this boat, it turns into a monster. The frame was rotten in places and broken and split, and the plywood backing was completely finished. So we ended up stripping the whole thing down and starting from scratch. Unfortunately, the one on the right is rotten. The two pieces of the joint, the tenon and mortise joint, the two pieces are completely missing, rotted away, and the wood is also rotten on the inside. So the top and bottom surfaces of the teak plank look good, but the inside is gone. The only tool I have on board the boat that would go inside of this teak plank is the Dremel with a router piece in it. So I managed to hollow out the plank, and now it just needs to be refilled with hardwood. To ensure that the new piece of wood and the old piece of wood mate together properly, I needed to make up some hardwood dowels. These dowels will peg the new piece of wood to the old piece of wood. Once the replacement pieces of hardwood are all glued into the side panel, we clamp it all together in a dry run to make sure that it all fits properly, that it's at right angles, because if it's not, it simply won't fit back in the hatch and slide. To do that, we've used some ratchet straps and another
one
piece
I
of
made
plywood.
earlier, like Blue Peter. Basically, the joints had come unglued and there was some rot in the teak, which I've ground out. The plywood was rotten, which I've smashed out and you've already seen. So at the moment I'm just jigging it up to make sure it's going to stay together. So we've got straps holding the whole thing together, a plywood base underneath so that I can G-clamp down to the base. That will make it nice and flat because this has to slide on the runners. Should be okay. Clamps off and the straps off. It's pretty square. I'm going to have to do some sanding just to close these edges a little bit, but not too bad. There's the backing board, putting the glue on it. I had to use a crowbar to get the damn thing off.
Once that was done and the glue had gone off hard, we set about placing the new pieces of teak planking into the recess in the hatch. We use epoxy for this so that it was completely watertight. We use small pieces of teak to get the spacings right, which mean that we can leave them in there rather than using sort of tile spacers. And then we clamped another piece of plywood on top of it so it hold it all in position. Once the glue had set and everything had left to go hard for the next 48 hours or so, we sand it all flat. And we think it looks pretty good on the inside as well. I also got round to fitting the little name tag for the water tank, which we found actually in the water tank when we were in San Carlos 2 years ago.
So Ian is up the mast fitting new deck lights so he can see what's going on in the evening. We went for attaching the radar reflector bracket because it was the easiest option without drilling more holes in the mast. Honey! Oh, wave!
Hey, this is like the COVID-19 sewing team.
So just instruct me, because where am I going when I get to the floor now?
How many women does it take to change a light bulb?
Ian, stop it! Put it out! Put it away!
More than 3.
So tomorrow we are allowed to leave after lockdown. So we're having a barbecue to celebrate. It's good, huh?
Nelson, come here! Come here! Come here! Come here! Quick! Quick, Limpy! Turn around! Where's Jack?
I'm up for around the island. We're not paying for the... I don't care, we're not paying for the fuel.
Caterpillar, I didn't expect caterpillar. They're quite small too. bill.
One of the many dilemmas facing cruising boats such as us is how to pay a marina bill that we don't normally have to pay. It's not uncommon for cruisers to go into marinas during winter months, but in the summer months it's too expensive. We were very fortunate in that Odyssea's marina needed work doing to their mooring blocks, and they were unable to get their normal people in to the island because of lockdown. So we came up with a deal where we did the diving work, and it basically covered the cost of our marina bill. And I'd really like to thank Yanni and the crew at Odyssea's Marina for taking care of us during that period. We really appreciated their help.
Right that way, keep going.
Why?
Leaving Meganisi.
Why?
Because for the last 48 hours we've been allowed to move around the islands.
So this is the Ionian Sea between Meganisi, where we've just left. That's the mainland. Paleros in the corner. Lefkas Canal up in that direction. This is Scorpios Island, where and that in front of us is Lefkas. And there's not a boat to be seen. What?
Radical, I know.
What did you say?
We should put sails up.
Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing.
Have you gone crazy?
It's too much hassle.
We're already going like 4 miles.
What's going on up here? I've been asleep for 3 months, COVID-19 style.
Yes. We've decided to take the boat out.
Holy crap.
Me and Nelson.
Where's that?
That is the island of Kalamos,
Kalamos.
just east of Meganisi.
Okay, and what's that?
That is mainland Greece.
Mainland Greece.
So join us next time on Blown Away when we visit the islands of Kastos, Kalamos. And we pick up a lovely old schooner from Corfu for delivery to Meganisi.
Doing?
I thought we could drive from here now.
Almost like no. You'd never know I didn't do it properly the first time.
best it's ever looked.
Now put the cover on it quick before you scratch it.
My woodworking teacher was such an idiot. He said I was crap at wood. You're no good with wood. That's what he called me.
Ian, how are you feeling since you fell off the toilet?
We're not talking about that. No, I can change that. I can change that in the edit. It's okay. We can edit that out. It's alright.
I think you fell out of the toilet door, not off the toilet.
I'm sorry.
It's a lockdown video. What do you have to say about lockdown?
Yay!